So we're pulling another book down from the retro shelf, and today it's Supercade, A Visual History of the Video Game Age 1971 to 1984 by Burnham. So I've had this one for a while, and the main reason for covering this now is that the sequel is on the way, published by the MIT Press, the original. Burnham there at the top. It was a time when technology was king, status was determined by your high score, and video games were blitzing the world. From Pong to Pac-Man, Asteroid to Zaxxon. More than 50 million people around the world came of age within the electronic flux of video games, their subconscious forever etched with images projected from arcade and video game systems. So, there's a very glossy, shiny book. Credits, thanks, the intro. Video game. Noun. Electronic game played by manipulating images on a video screen. Onto the contents. And you see it's set out by years. And I quite like this colour-coded intro. So little squares here tell you a page about technology, culture, companies, home consoles, personal computers, computer games, and arcade video games. Early patent there for a video game. The only legitimate use of a computer is to play games. Eugene Jarvis. I see it's a mixture of screenshots and photos. Ralph H. Baer, the father of TV games. Introduction. Jeff Bridges as Kevin Flynn in Tron. And then we go back to Brookhaven National Labs and Tennis for Two, the earliest known video game. Played on an oscilloscope. Move over to MIT and the Model Club, which gave rise to Space War. And Space War and its origins talked about here, the hardware and the team there, including Steve Russell, Alan Kotok, and Jet M. Gratz. Television gaming apparatus, what became the brown box. There's the prototype. And we start the timeline. So again, it goes through time, shows you the different consoles arriving, computers. And 1971, computer space. So Syzygy, then Atari, tried to turn Space War into a game. And it was probably too complicated for arcades, even though it was housed in a gorgeous cabinet. And so Atari tried again with Pong. And along came the Odyssey console, which had game accessories, so boards and counters that you played alongside. Overlays you put over the screen. There was even a rifle. And of course Pong's famous message, avoid missing ball for high score. Pong itself into 73 with TV ping pong and all the other clones. Early games Asteroid and Gotcha, Paddleball and Rally, Space Race and Winner, Quadra-Pong there, Grand Track 10, Puppy Pong and Quack, Rebound, Tank, which is inspiration for combat, Touch Me, Telegames Pong, The Odyssey from Magnavox, Avenger, Gunfight from Bally Midway, redesigned by Nutting Associates to use a microprocessor, Maneater, Sharp Jaws, Steeplechase, Telstar with its machines, including the Video Arcade, unique free corner, the Channel F from Fairchild with its interchangeable cartridges so you could play different games, Breakout, the controversial Death Race where you're running people over, Seawolf, and the Sprint games, Stunt Cycle, and into 1977 and the arrival of the Atari VCS. You see we've got promotional images, screenshots, hack shots. And again, we've turned over 2 pages there. Studio 2 from MCA. The Apple II computer. That didn't launch first. Commodore PET and TRS-80 both launched earlier and actually got to consumers earlier. Circus from XD, Drag Race. Safari and Starship 1 from Gremlin there. Professional Arcade from Bally. Odyssey 2 from Magnavox. Their big grip cartridges. So I'm going to go a bit faster now. Atari Football GB. And of course the classic Space Invaders in 1978. In television console. Atari home computers. TI-99 and the classic Asteroids. Basketball also from Atari, Galaxian from Namco, Lunar Lander and Ripoff from Cinematronics, who specialised in vector games. And on to 1980, which saw Activision's founders depart Atari, Game & Watch, Battlezone, Carnival from Sega and Gremlin, Berserk, Centipede, Crazy Climber, Defender from Williams, and of course Pac-Man from Namco, Missile Command from Atari. Phoenix with the boss. Into 1981, Pac-Man Fever, and there's the kill screen in Pac-Man. Today and Twin Galaxies. Looking at high scores, the VIC-20 from Commodore, the IBM PC, Donkey Kong, Frogger, Gallagher. So we're really racking up the classic games. Gorf from Bally Midway, of course. Jump Bug, horizontally scrolling. Mousetrap, Make Tracks. Miss Pac-Man, started out as a modification of classic Pac-Man. Kicks and Scramble. Stargate, the follow-up to Defender. Tempest from Atari. Beautiful game designed by Dave Fura after a dream. Turbo from Sega, racing game. Vanguard with its copyrighted music. Wizard of War. And into 1982. iMagic, another third party. The ColecoVision. The Vectrex. And of course the Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrum, both launched in 82. Burger Time and Dig Dug. Donkey Kong Jr. I'll skip forward a bit. Too much. Still in 82, Robotron, Sinister Time Pilot. Tron arrived in arcade itself. Wacko with its unusual machine. And gorgeous cartoon graphics. Tutankhamun. Xavius and Zaxxon. Zookeeper, Tato, enjoyed that. And into 1983. You got the Starcade, Juno First, Sega's SG-1000 console, Astron Belt on the Laserdisc, Cliffhanger, Cloak and Dagger, Congo Bongo from Sega, Crystal Castles, Atari, Crossbow from XD, Dragon's Lair, Don Bluth Animation, Elevator Action, Jarus, and Journey, Don't Stop Believin', Mark III and Major Havoc, Mario Brothers, Space Ace, follow-up to Dragon's Lair, Spy Hunter, and Star Trek. Star Wars, Star Trek and Star Wars, both vector games of course. Track and Field from Konami, Tropical Angel, Water Skiing, Van Car, and 1984, the advert for the Apple Macintosh shown during the Super Bowl. Atari 7800 arrives, the Famicom there, it's a Macintosh game, 720, Excitebike, iRobot, which sadly is very difficult to find, Karate Champ, Lode Runner, Marble Madness, Pac-Land, Paperboy and Punch-Out, Tapper, Snake Pit TX1 versus Baseball, and then a piece about video game collectors. Exhibits. Oh, skipped over that. So, gaming exhibitions and expos. And then today, talking about modern games, programming the world of tomorrow, the bibliography and other resources, the index, and biographies of everyone who contributed, and the end. So that's Supercade, what is now Volume 1, with Volume 2 having been funded on Kickstarter and due to launch in 2022. So I'm looking forward to that. There'll be a video about that on my channel. So subscribe to the channel, like and share this video, comment below on your favourite memories from 1971 to 1984 in video games, and I'll see you in the next video.